Hi, welcome to Jamie's Product Reviews. Today we're going to look at Masters of the Universe Origins, Filmation style He-Man, and Filmation style Skeletor. Yes, I've got more versions of He-Man and Skeletor, except these aren't just any versions. These are the cartoon accurate versions as they appeared in the Filmation cartoon from the 80s. And I've been waiting a long time to get my hands on these. I've always wanted Filmation style action figures because I was a big fan of the cartoon when I was a kid, and to me that'll be the, out of all the like cartoons and movies and such, a Filmation cartoon will always be my go-to. But unfortunately there is a problem with the He-Man figure. I discovered that the He-Man package has somehow been broken into. These Filmation style characters don't just come with their standard weapons, they come with special features from a certain episode of the Filmation cartoons, and the He-Man one was supposed to come with the Sword of Ancients, and it's like somebody just broke into the package at some point and helped himself to the Stone of Ancients and did not put it back in the package. So with the He-Man figure, I've got no Stone of Ancients, plus his power sword, part of it is broken off, so it doesn't look like the true Filmation style sword. So I'm very, very upset about that. But anyway, let's just waste any time. Let's get down to this. Back, and these are unpackaged, and as you can see, no Sword of Ancients for He-Man. And I'll show you this. I'm just going to go ahead and show you this. I'll tell you about the power sword. So I'm talking about, as you can see, the sides have been broken off for some reason. I don't know why this happened. I don't know how it happened. Why somebody felt the need to break into something that I ordered and tamper with it. It's like you can't even trust delivery people anymore, or you can't trust things to be delivered without somebody tampering with it. But this is a real letdown. But anyway, here they are, Filmation style He-Man and Skeletor. They each come with their own comic and instruction sheet. I'll put those aside, and let's talk about He-Man. As you can see, he looks very much like he did in the Filmation cartoon. He's got the look. His hairstyle matches the Filmation cartoon, and there's less detail because when they did a Filmation cartoon, there was a lot less detail on the characters than there were on the vintage figures. Like for example, the belt has those round pieces on top. But here it's got nothing. It's just a plain orange belt, and his armor is also more solid. So also his gauntlets are plain. And anyway, let's talk about the articulation. Is up, down, left, right, up, down. Arms move out, up, down. He bends somewhat at the shoulder. He twists at the wrist, twists at the waist. Legs move outward and frontward, and like this. And they bend at the knees somewhat. They twist at the boot, and very little articulation at the heels. And Skeletor is the same way, so we won't bother with him. But let's just show you. I already showed you messed up power sword, but one other thing that it did come with was this sheath that holds his power sword when he's not using it. And this is the same sheath that he had in the Filmation cartoon. You just stick it in here. Well, is there a way to get this in here, or did they mess this up too? No, there it is. And you just take the sword and And you just stick it in there. And when he's holding it, I just noticed he's got two gripping hands, so he can hold it in his right or left hand. And he can hold a sword, and by the power of Grayskull. So let's talk about Skeletor. He's got the same look as the Filmation. There's no red dot. There are no red little circles in his eyes. And he's got that sneery look like in the Filmation. The chest armor is pretty accurate, and he's got this this waistband with the straps in the front, and it's got 3 straps instead of 5 like some versions. Although they did forget the straps in the back of him, but that's just a minor nitpick. And his boots are actually boots. They're not like ankle guards with bare feet. So, and this Skeletor came just fine. He came with his Havoc staff, and it's color accurate to the cartoon. It's got the gray skull and the purple. And you can just have him hold it like this. And even though he didn't really use a sword much in the cartoon, he did come with his version of the Power Sword, which I think is cool because this is how his version would have looked like if they had included it. Although he did use a sword in the cartoon, it didn't look anything like this. But I'm glad they gave him his own version of the Filmation style sword. But yeah, kept the colors of it faithful to the finished version. And he's got like He-Man, he's got 2 gripping hands, so he can hold both his weapons. Now he can have a sword fight with He-Man. And extra accessory that he did come with were these massive power. What you can do is if you pop off his head, you can put one of these on and pretend like, see, now you can pretend like he's wearing one of the masks. Show you what the other one looks like. All right. And here they are right here, engaging in their classic sword fights. Of course, it would have looked better if He-Man's sword was complete, but I guess there's not a lot I can do about that. It is what it is, and it sucks, but I guess you can't win them all. But anyway, here is He-Man and his main nemesis, Skeletor, engaging in a sword fight like they were known to do mostly in the mini comics and other versions other than Filmation.